Hello, and welcome to Old Toy, New Joy, the show where I share with you my previously enjoyed toys I purchased from online sources, thrift stores, shows that once belonged to someone else. I was in my local thrift store just this morning after I did a little workout at my local gym, and I came across a baggie of toy dinosaurs. My heart sank because I recognized one of those dinosaurs. When I was little, my parents brought home two dinosaurs, one for myself, I believe it was a Stegosaurus, and one for my sister, Anklyosaurus. And my sister passed away a few months ago, and so of course I've been thinking about her a lot and reflecting and reminiscing about our childhood and the toys that we played with. And so when I saw this dinosaur, I knew I had to get it and talk about it because it was very special. The four dinosaurs that were in the baggie were these late 70s, early 1980s AAA Toy Company dinosaurs. We have Triceratops, Dimetridon, I think this is a Brontosaurus or a Brachiosaurus, and of course, Anklyosaurus. And eventually, I do want to dedicate an episode of Old Toy New Joy to the toys that my sister played with when she was a little girl. But it's a tough subject emotionally, of course. It will take time for me to put it together and do it right. So anyways, here are the dinosaurs, and I kind of laugh at these because this is typical of dinosaur toys before probably around 1990. They're more like monsters. I mean, look at these. Dimetridon actually was not a plant eater. He would have had sharp teeth. He also was classified a reptile and not a dinosaur at the turn of the 20th century. But the rest of these guys, they're plant eaters. They wouldn't have had sharp teeth and crazy, angry, snarling mouths. They were quite docile, except when being attacked. And just look at that. And this one here. It's pretty funny. Big, maddening eyes. And if you've ever seen B movies from the 50s and 60s that portray dinosaurs, they're historically inaccurate. They've got dinosaurs fighting each other that never would have existed at the same time. They would have cave people in there, and everything would not be to scale, and it's pretty funny. After Jurassic Park came out in the early 90s, I think those companies were making toys and movies about dinosaurs were paying a little bit closer attention to the evidence that scientists were putting forth, such as dinosaurs with feathers. And that was not something that was really talked about when I was a kid, but now you see toy makers such as Sleech paying a lot closer attention to dinosaurs and even giving them feathers. Here's some more modern dinosaur toys. A lot of attention in the face. And, compared to this, whatever that is. And dinosaur toys were my bath toys when I was a kid. These guys held up really well in the tub. I'd throw a few in there, some bubble bath, and some G.I. Joes. And for an hour, I'd just go to war with these things, have a lot of fun making dinosaurs eat G.I. Joes. So we'll get a closer look at these guys. They can go for, I don't know, $10 to $20 each on eBay. Imperial also made some dinosaur toys in the mid-80s. Late 70s and mid-80s, actually. They made the Dragons, Knights, and Daggers toys that I talked about in a past episode. I really like this guy. I love the coloring on the fin. You can see the AAA marking there, made in Hong Kong. Actually, it goes that way. There we go. The toys made in the 70s had the big crazy eyes and crazy open mouths. By the 80s, they were a little more subdued. They looked, a little more like that guy, a little more relaxed. And then here's the Anklyosaurus. Yeah, I remember that fondly. And I was pretty sure Ankylosaurus is supposed to have sort of a big round bone piece at the back that could be used as a weapon in defense when it was being attacked by the carnivores, but could be mistaken. And also, as a child, I spent a lot of my quiet time reading my books over and over again in my bedroom. I suspect that fewer books were published back then as compared to now because my kids have a lot more choice than I did when it came to like early reader picture books. Now there's volumes of them and tons of themes. Nonetheless, my absolute favorite books were my dinosaur books. Not only because I liked reading about these gigantic prehistoric beasts, but because I love the artwork featured in them. Most of today's picture books have sleek, realistic, computer-generated images, while my books were pictures of hand-painted illustrations, which really let your imagination soar. Also, my books were published nearly 20 years before the first Jurassic Park movie, so the theories discussed were still pretty conservative, and again, there was no talk of dinosaurs having feathers. Today I have 4 books to share with you, and if you grew up in the late 70s and early 80s like I did, chances are you had at least one of these books, or something very similar. One of them is entirely about prehistoric mammals, and it shows giant birds hunting tiny horses, which was an image that was forever etched in my memory. And when I look at that page, it's as if I'm looking at it for the first time over 40 years ago. All of these books are long out of print, but I'm going to show you the cover and then a few of my favorite pages inside. Please enjoy. So thank you so much for tuning in today to Old Toy to Joy and allowing me to share my vintage toy dinosaurs and dinosaur books. If you liked the video, please like the video. We will keep them coming. In the meantime, I encourage you to subscribe to Old Toy New Joy, get caught up on the 120 plus episodes we have, featuring such things as Masters of the Universe, wrestling figures, Star Wars, Star Trek, Transformers, Superpowers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Thundercats, Lone Ranger, baseball cards, hockey cards, Hot Wheels, Matchbox, comics, and much, much more. Please, if you have any comments, any stories to share, I'd love to hear them. Until next time, this is your Toy Whisperer saying farewell from Old Toy, New Joy.